In the glamorous town of Malibu, a stunning beach house, once a dream retreat for Hollywood icons Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. Since the late 1980s, after falling in love on screen and off, this power couple soaked up the sun and created memories in what seemed like an eternal getaway. Yet, in a twist of fate, when they decided to sell their cherished home in 2011, the sparkle of celebrity wasn't enough to seal the deal. The unsold mansion stands as a stark reminder that even the most beautiful homes can escape the grasp of a quick sale. A world of celebrity real estate where not even the glittering ocean views or star-studded history can guarantee a sale. High prices, high hopes, Tommy Lee Jones' Malibu beach house. Initially, the price was set ambitiously at $14.8 million, a figure far beyond the reach of the average buyer. As the echoes of silence grew louder with minimal interest, a new strategy emerged: rental. The home was put up for lease at $95,000 a month, yet even this lofty sum failed to lure tenants. Desperation seeped through as the rent plummeted to $80,000, and yet the beautiful halls remained hauntingly empty. Faced with relentless reality, the price dropped to $11.2 million. But as the days turned into years, the house continued to await its next chapter.
By the way, they keep having to pay for this house while it cannot be sold, and it's not a cheap one. Are they slowly moving into money problems? Let's first discuss what they are paying all this money for. The house itself was a luxurious 4,200 square foot retreat, designed with a unique Balinese style.
It featured bamboo ceilings, wooden floors, and lush tropical plants, creating a calm and welcoming atmosphere. Inside, there was a designer kitchen, a home theater, an office, a guest house, and a master suite with a balcony offering breathtaking views of the Pacific Ocean. Everything about the house made it the perfect place to relax and enjoy life by the sea. But this wasn't the worst part. Despite all these wonderful features, the house struggled to find a buyer. There were several reasons for this. First, the house was very much tailored to Hawn and Russell's personal tastes, which might not have appealed to everyone. Additionally, the real estate market at that time wasn't favorable for selling expensive homes. The economy was making buyers think twice about investing in such luxurious properties. After 2 years with no serious offers, Hawn and Russell had to make a tough decision. In 2013, they finally sold a part of their beloved beach house for $9.5 million, which was $5.3 million less than their original asking price. This sale marked a significant financial loss for the couple and the end of an important chapter in their lives. The new owners got the property at a much lower price, but they also received a piece of Hollywood history, along with a beautiful home filled with memories from its famous former owners. For Hawn and Russell, selling the beach house was a bittersweet moment. This wasn't just a house to them. It was a home where they had raised their children and spent countless happy times together. It was a peaceful retreat where they enjoyed sunny days on the beach and cozy evenings by the fire. Selling the house meant saying goodbye to a place that had been at the center of their family life and personal history. But this wasn't the only challenge. The situation highlighted how unpredictable the real estate market can be, even for celebrities. Sometimes, even the most desirable properties don't sell easily if the conditions aren't right. The story of Hawn and Russell's beach house is a reminder of the ups and downs of the housing market and the difficult decisions that often come with it. Their experience shows that even in the glamorous world of Hollywood, not all investments turn out as planned, and sometimes letting go is the only option. The home was charming, but hard to sell. Will someone see its beauty and buy it? The rise of a hip-hop mansion, 50 Cent Connecticut mansion. In the upscale suburb of Farmington, Connecticut, there's a huge mansion that once belonged to the rapper 50 Cent, also known as Curtis Jackson. This impressive house, originally built in 1915 by Samuel Adams, a successful bootlegger during the Prohibition era, is massive, covering 50,000 square feet. It has 21 bedrooms and 25 bathrooms, along with luxurious features like an indoor pool, a nightclub, a recording studio, a gym, a movie theater, a basketball court, and even a helipad. The mansion sits on a large 17-acre property, which includes a pond, a fountain, and a separate guest house, adding even more to its grandeur. But beneath all this luxury, the mansion has a history of financial troubles and legal problems that have affected its owners, including 50 Cent. The financial problems began with its first owner, Benjamin Sisti, a real estate mogul who went bankrupt in the 1980s. After Sisti, the mansion was bought by the famous boxer Mike Tyson, who also declared bankruptcy in the early 2000s. Tyson then sold the mansion to 50 Cent in 2003 for just $4.1 million, a price far lower than its original value. Hoping to make the mansion his dream home, 50 Cent invested millions into renovations, giving the property his unique, lavish style. The mansion wasn't just a place to live for him, it also served as a flashy backdrop for his music videos and extravagant parties, showcasing his success and high-flying lifestyle. However, despite the mansion's luxury and his initial excitement, it soon became a financial burden. The cost of maintaining such a large property was sky-high, and its sheer size made it hard to fully enjoy or manage. But this wasn't the worst part. The financial strain was made worse by several legal issues that came up while 50 Cent owned the mansion. One of these was a lawsuit from a woman who claimed she was assaulted on the property. Then there was a bitter divorce from his ex-wife, who fought for a share of the estate. By 2015, with these personal and financial problems mounting, 50 Cent filed for bankruptcy, revealing that he had debts totaling $32.5 million. This financial trouble forced him to put the mansion on the market, hoping to sell it for $18.5 million to recover some of his investment. But he quickly realized that selling such a massive and extravagant property wasn't going to be easy. The mansion's notorious financial history, its flashy design, which by then seemed outdated, and the ongoing high costs of upkeep turned away potential buyers. The situation got worse as time went on. After cutting the price multiple times and spending years trying to find a buyer, 50 Cent eventually sold the mansion in 2019 for just $2.9 million. This was a huge drop, 84% lower than his original asking price and a 30% loss compared to what he had paid for it. To close this difficult chapter, he decided to donate the proceeds from the sale to charity, possibly to rid himself of the mansion's negative associations and heavy financial burden. The story didn't end there, though. The new owner, a property developer, had different plans for the mansion. Instead of keeping it as a private home, they decided to turn it into a senior living facility, giving the estate a fresh start and a new purpose. But this wasn't just a change in ownership, it was a reminder that bigger isn't always better. The tale of 50 Cent's Connecticut mansion is a powerful lesson in the risks of going too big and the importance of being practical, especially when it comes to real estate. It shows that even the most luxurious properties can become major problems if their size and upkeep costs aren't in line with what's practical or sustainable. In the end, what seemed like a dream home turned into a financial nightmare, not just for 50 Cent, but for several owners before him. Next, let's see why even a perfect retreat can be tough to sell. Beyond the microphone, Celine Dion, Jupiter Island. In 2008, the famous singer Celine Dion bought a property for $7 million on the peaceful Jupiter Island in Florida. She had a vision of turning this place into a beautiful retreat, much like the luxurious resorts you'd find in the Bahamas. By 2010, her vision had become reality. The property had transformed into an extraordinary home, radiating both luxury and comfort. The main house, along with 5 separate pavilions, included 13 bedrooms and 14 bathrooms, providing plenty of space for family and guests. But it wasn't just a place to sleep, it was designed to be a full-on entertainment spot. The estate featured 2 large verandas with stunning views of the ocean, perfect for enjoying peaceful mornings or quiet evenings. For those who loved sports, there was even a club with a golf simulator to keep things fun and exciting. And for outdoor living, the property included a detailed outdoor kitchen and a pool house, making it easy to enjoy the beautiful Florida weather. One of the most impressive features of Dion's estate was her private water park. This wasn't your typical swimming pool, it was a full water recreation area with 2 thrilling water slides, water cannons, and even a lazy river that flowed gently through the property. For those looking for some relaxation, there was a beachside cabana with a special room for massages, offering a perfect escape from the day's stresses. However, even with all these incredible features and its beautiful location, Dion faced major challenges when she decided to sell the property. She first put it on the market in 2013 with a hefty price tag of $72 million. This price reflected not only the estate's luxury, but also Dion's emotional connection to it. But despite all this, finding a buyer proved difficult. Over the next few years, she gradually lowered the price, eventually dropping it to $38.5 million in 2016. Yet still, no one was ready to buy. The estate's size and the specific luxury features may have been more than most potential buyers were looking for or could afford. Also, the real estate market at the time wasn't exactly favorable for such high-end properties, which likely discouraged any interested parties. But that wasn't the worst part. After years of trying to sell the property and finding someone who appreciated its unique value, Dion eventually had to accept an offer of $28 million in 2017. This was much lower than her original asking price, marking a $44 million loss. It was a significant financial hit, but also an emotional one, as she let go of a home that wasn't just a house but a dream she had brought to life. A place filled with memories for her and her family. The new owners didn't just get a mansion, they inherited a one-of-a-kind estate that blended celebrity luxury with a tropical paradise vibe. It was equipped with everything needed for comfort and fun. For Dion, though, the sale was a bittersweet moment. She was closing a chapter on a personal project that she had clearly poured her heart into. The estate stood as a reflection of her taste and the lifestyle she enjoyed with her family, and now it was ready to be the part of a new family story. Now let's look at a sports legend's mansion that's hard to sell. What's stopping buyers? A slam dunk in luxury, but not in sales. Michael Jordan, Illinois estate. Michael Jordan, known as one of the greatest basketball players of all time, has built an impressive fortune, estimated to be around $2 billion. This wealth comes not only from his legendary career on the court, but also from his successful endorsements and ownership of the Charlotte Hornets. However, despite all his achievements, Jordan has been facing a challenge that has persisted for years, selling his enormous estate in Highland Park, Illinois. Jordan bought this property in 1991 while he was leading the Chicago Bulls to 6 NBA championships. He invested $15 million to build his dream home, a sprawling
56,000 square feet.
The estate has 9 bedrooms, 15 bathrooms, and numerous luxurious features. These include an infinity pool, a putting green, a tennis court, a cigar lounge, and a wine cellar. But the most striking feature of the mansion is the full-sized indoor basketball court, complete with the famous Jumpman logo and the words, "For the love of the game." You might think that a property like this, linked to a sports legend, would quickly attract buyers, especially among Jordan's fans and basketball enthusiasts. Surprisingly though, the mansion has been on the market since 2012, and it still hasn't sold. It was originally listed for $29 million, but after multiple price cuts and even an attempt to auction it in 2013 starting at $13 million, it remains unsold. The current asking price is $14.9 million, less than half of the original price. But this wasn't the worst part. The big question is, why has such a prestigious home, tied to one of the most famous athletes in the world, struggled to find a buyer? There are several reasons for this. One of the most obvious is the large number, 23 inches on the entrance gates, a nod to Jordan's iconic jersey number. While this might excite some fans, it could turn off buyers looking for a home with a more neutral appearance. The mansion's interior design might also be a factor. It reflects Jordan's personal taste, with dark woods, leather finishes, and animal prints. While these features might appeal to some, they might not be to everyone's liking. The house is also filled with memorabilia and trophies from Jordan's career, which might make the space feel more like a museum than a home. For some potential buyers, this could be overwhelming rather than inviting. Another issue is the mansion's extensive sports facilities. While impressive, not everyone is a sports fan, and such specialized amenities might limit the pool of interested buyers. The basketball court, gym, and other sports-related features are very specific, and those looking for more versatile spaces might not find them appealing. Even with the luxurious pool and tennis court, the focus on sports might overshadow the other amenities for some. But this wasn't the only challenge. The high cost of maintaining the property is another significant deterrent. The mansion's upkeep, including the hefty property taxes, utilities, and security expenses, adds to the total cost of owning the home. For someone not deeply interested in sports or who doesn't have the same lifestyle as Jordan, these costs might seem excessive. There have also been security concerns. Over the years, the property has faced issues with trespassing and vandalism, which could further discourage potential buyers. These problems highlight that even celebrities face significant challenges when trying to sell a property. Fame and wealth don't necessarily make it easier to sell a home, especially one as unique and personalized as Jordan's mansion. Next, we explore a house marred by scandal. Can its beauty outshine its past? Fallen star, unsold estate, Lauer Sag Harbor Estate. Matt Lauer, once a well-known and respected host on NBC's Today Show, saw his career come to an abrupt end in 2017 when allegations of sexual misconduct led to his dismissal. Since then, he has faced a tough challenge, selling his mansion in the Hamptons, a property he bought in 2006 for $18 million. Despite several attempts to sell it, including lowering the price multiple times, the house remains unsold, with the current asking price at $14 million. This is still a high price, especially considering the controversy now associated with it. The mansion is located in the exclusive area of Sag Harbor and covers 8,000 square feet. It sits on a private 25-acre lot, hidden away by a long driveway and secured by a gated entrance. The house itself has a traditional design with 6 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, a formal dining room, a library, a media room, and a gourmet kitchen. Outside, there is a large swimming pool surrounded by a stone patio and well-kept lawns. The property is perfect for hosting large gatherings because of its spacious and private setting. But this wasn't the worst part. The real challenge comes from the mansion's connection to Lauer's scandal. Potential buyers are not just worried about the high price. They're also concerned about the stigma attached to owning a home that was once his. The fear of ongoing media attention and public scrutiny is enough to make many people think twice about buying it. Furthermore, in the current real estate market, with its ups and downs, some buyers question whether the mansion is worth the asking price, especially considering the broader economic situation. Another issue is that the house, built in 1990, might not match modern tastes. Some buyers might feel it needs updates or renovations to bring it up to today's luxury standards. These potential costs add another layer of hesitation for anyone thinking about buying the property. It's a lot to ask, especially when the house comes with a complicated history. The difficulty in selling the Sag Harbor estate reflects Lauer's own struggle to move beyond his controversial past. What was once a symbol of his success and wealth has now become a reminder of his fall from grace. Despite the mansion's beauty and its many features, it remains on the market, unattractive to those who want to avoid any connection with Lauer's tarnished reputation. But this wasn't the only lesson here. This situation reveals a bigger truth about the luxury real estate market. A property's history can significantly affect its appeal. Homes like Lauer's, tainted by public scandals, often lose their allure, not just because of their past, but also due to the potential problems that might come with their notorious history. The Sag Harbor estate, with all its elegance and seclusion, shows how hard it can be to sell a property when the shadows of its previous owner's actions loom large. Does the history of a home permanently tarnish its value, or can time heal all wounds in the real estate market? Comment your thoughts below and don't forget to subscribe for more discussions. Don't miss out on more fascinating content. Make sure to check out the next video popping up on your screen now.